You've signed our death warrants. The Morden will never stand for this.
And perhaps we were fools to stand for them and their murdering savage ways. When the Morden first arrived, we had no hope. We had heard news of Valdis reawakening the dark things at Zaramoth's horns. We had heard of towns like ours falling to the Morden in flames. And so we trembled and bowed before them. But we do not need to be so cowardly. This stranger has shown us that it is possible to defy the Morden. And defy them we must, or die trying.
It is good to hear life in your voice again, Taruth. I think the time has come to stand up against this tyranny. I see it in their eyes now. The people are ready to fight. You have the heart of a lion. Allow us to borrow your courage. If you are willing to go to the Morden and distract them, we shall have the time we need to rebuild our forces. If we succeed, we may be able to help you find the Aegis.
My lord speaks too freely.
There was a time when speaking freely was a right we held proudly.
Kainos, I share your concern, but we cannot ask our people to submit any longer. They are no longer willing. They deserve a better fate, one they can carve themselves.
My lord, do not be hasty. Valdis is a sensible man. I am sure he will deem it wise to treat his subjects well. Remember, these are times of war.
You are asleep, Kainos. Wake up. Valdis has caused this war.
Taruth, keep a respectful tone for my advisor, if you will. In any case, it is decided. Will you help us one last time? Travel through the eastern gate to the Morden city of Darthrul, and speak to the chief there. He will be suspicious, but your presence will surely distract him long enough for us to gather our forces. You will have some time.
Do not make things worse for us, stranger. Step lightly and watch what you say.
I look forward to our next meeting. Kainos, have our men open the main gate.
Yes, my lord. I hope you will not ruin things for all of us.
Bah! We are with you.
Of all the great leaders of this world, 4 spirits haunt my dreams to this day and keep my soul from finding peace. Ajunai, defender of the people. Zeramoth, tyrant of the first age of man. Elandir, leader of the Agolans, and Syria, goddess of war. Answer me this, traveler. When I slumber, which spirit first visits me? Which spirit visits me second? Which spirit visits me third? And finally, which spirit visits me last? You speak with wisdom, child of flesh. I shall be haunted by these spirits no longer, and may finally rest in peace. The way is now clear for you.
My friend, I can see that you have successfully answered the riddle, and that you have the heirloom. This is a happy day indeed. The Manu Ostar will be most pleased. For your troubles, I will teach you a secret chant, known only to those of my family. If you stand on one of the incantation shrines scattered around the land and speak this chant, you shall be filled with an impressive power. There is one more thing. Do not speak of the heirloom to anyone, especially anyone in Amanlu. It is painful to admit, but there are some who seek to tarnish my family's name and will tell untruths about us. There is a particular elf, Athelas, who will say near anything to bring about my downfall. Now, my child, please hand over the heirloom. These old hands have longed to hold it again. I expected that you would behave honorably. May the light of Zyria bless you and keep you safe. Oh, I should tell you one more thing before you leave, my friend. The chant I gave you earlier, Magrum Erupto, you may not wish to utter that after all. I was not sure of your intentions, but now that you have proven yourself wise, I do not wish you harm. I shall teach you a more rewarding chant. When next you stand upon an incantation shrine, chant this instead. I am sure you will be pleased.
Let me join you. I know you need help. Together, we will perform good works.
Tar, I hear you're planning on leaving the village. At a time like this, are you mad?
I have no fear of any Morden.
Morden are the least of your worries. There's a monster lurking in the forest.
The Haku beast? Come, Ariane, that creature never existed.
That's what everyone says. All I know is that it nearly killed us.
Are you sure you know what you're talking about?
Listen, Katral and I were in the woods several weeks ago when we stumbled across its lair. I saw it. Teeth like blades, horrible eyes that pierced right through you. It was terrifying. And it pursued us right to the town gates. We're lucky to be alive.
Ariane, the jungle heat has got the better of you. Do you really expect me to believe such a wild tale?
Why won't you believe me?
I will look into this, but only to prove you wrong, Ariane. For your own sake.
They say it serves the Haku. It lives in a magical cave and it will destroy anyone that trespasses onto Haku's sacred ground. It's such a vile beast that the Haku must sacrifice a living being just to call it up. They use a magical ceremonial blade to do the deed. And as soon as they call the beast, even they must flee because it will kill everything in sight.
That sounds like the foolishness of a mind too easily swayed by a child's tale.
Wait, there's more. There's only one way to kill the beast. By using a blade blessed with the magic of the ones who command it. The Haku.
Ariane, you are living needlessly in fear. I will find this lair and reassure you that there is no such beast.
You will know the truth, but by then it will be too late. It will kill you.
It will do no such thing. And besides, there is nothing I like better than learning the truth.
You cannot approach the beast's lair unprotected. If you hope to defeat it, you must first equip yourself with a magical Haku blade. The infidels have many camps in the northern jungle. I have heard their foul drums beating every night. Surely you will be able to find one of their blades in the ritual camps. I know of at least one ritual camp far to the north, near the river.
I will go, Ariane, but I seriously doubt I'm going to find either blade or monster. Be warned, rumors and half-truths travel like wildfire through these woods.
Well, did you do it? Did you kill the beast?
We killed something in the forest.
Did it have teeth like blades?
Yes, it did.
And piercing eyes?
I suppose you could say that.
And a savage soul?
It was quite aggressive, yes. It was also less than 2 feet tall. I took its head to show you.
That's it! Ah! It looks scary, even dead.
Ariane, you described it as a big, vicious monster.
I never said it was big, just terrifying. Thank you for killing it.
Ariane, I don't think I'll ever speak to you again for as long as I live.
Tar, don't be angry with me. Please, take this with my gratitude.
I've learned my lesson. From now on, I'll let people believe any foolishness they like.
Foolish maggot! You really think I would allow the likes of you to lay eyes on our chief? I would not dare insult him so! You're the troublemaker from the town! Ah!
I can barely speak of the torment from those foul creatures. They tricked me into joining their army, but when I refused to kill one of my own kind, they set a pack of gnawed beasts on me. For the honor of all the victims who have fallen in their paths, they must die. Justice must be served. I am in your debt. I will wait for them on this side of the veil.
Greetings. I am Nordax, and this is Nyliok. Lovely day. Why not? Have you done something that should upset us? Ah, well, some things can't be helped, can they? Besides, I'm certain they quite deserved it. Indeed. If the manner in which our own people have treated us is any example, then they got what was coming to them. Nordax and I have had enough and are abandoning this farce for greener pastures. Besides, all this sand and heat makes me itch. Any recommendations? What did you say your name was again? Good heavens, no. Hear me out, please. It all started when Valdis decided he simply had to have some silly relic. A broken fragment of metal of all things. Anyhow, our company was ordered to lay siege to some human castle. Snowbrook Haven, I believe it was. Quite. Nyliok and I were in charge of the Clask pits. We are tamers, you know, and Clasks are used to break through the fortress gates. Well, Clask cannot keep up with a coal beast at full gallop. Quite reasonably, Nyliok decided the thing to do was to take a shortcut. I thought it was a good idea at the time. Anyway, before we left, we got directions from the Morden scribe. He said to head east to the Fallen Bridge, but it should have been west. Really, the old fool needs to update his maps in a bad way. And then we were to go 13 leagues southeast when it should have been 31. So how long do you suppose it took us to reach the castle? 2 weeks, was it? Fantastic architecture that place has. Have you ever been there? What did you make of those flying buttresses? It must have taken years to build them. Those humans are exceptional engineers. And that scroll work around the throne room. What a perfect example of Neo-Asianite revivalism. It's really too bad so much of the place has had to be smashed. These Class could be rather enthusiastic at times. Quiet, Bruno! Neo-Asianite revivalism? Are you mad? That was much too squared off. Everybody knows the Asianite style featured graceful curves and rounded molding. Mad am I? That rounded molding went out of style during the Varanskian era, which was long before those short-lived humans could possibly have constructed such a place. Ah, point taken! Well, it was a very nice castle anyways. Oh, the point? Oh, dreadfully sorry. Well, we didn't reach the haven until well after the siege had ended, and all the Clask save for Bruno here perished in the mountain snows. They're not very bright, I'm afraid. Quiet, Bruno! Well, our own leaders wanted to execute us for our failure. We departed from there hastily, as you could well imagine. No great loss, really. We didn't agree with this whole war thing anyways. Oh, we're not the only ones. But more importantly, if we return to Darth Rule proper, we'll certainly be executed on sight. We've decided we need a vacation. A nice holiday. Yes, the only thing standing in our way is that we don't have nearly enough supplies. Had to leave town in somewhat of a rush. We were wondering, since you know the area, would you mind going back and locating a few supplies for us? Splendid! Now then, here is the key to the Darth Rule supply rooms. There are 3, but the key will open all the doors. See if you can find a Morden tent and some Morden rations. Oh, and a pack of Clask rations for Bruno here. Excellent! Now we have everything we need to begin our journey. We've heard of an isle with plenty of palm trees, white sand beaches, and lovely ladies. What was it called again? Redland? Redland? No, Rayland. Although didn't we launch a vicious attack there recently? Perhaps we should reconsider. True. Say, what about that quaint ebb place? I've always wanted to see Glasern and Dragon's Wrath and... How rude of me! I almost forgot. Thank you for your kind help. We don't have anything to spare, but just over this wall there's an ancient fort that might contain something interesting for an adventurous type like you. Bruno, make yourself useful and knock down that wall for our nice friend here. What? How did you get in here? That is to be expected during a time of war, maggot. Their lives are of little consequence. You must be the mangy cur who killed my Ganth. I raised it from a pup. You have signed your death warrant, fool!
You have returned.